Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Now today we're going to do a retro joint way back in 1998. I never forget that summer. My girlfriend and I just got back from Hawaii. We spent 2 weeks in Maui. We came back to the West Coast, and what movie came out? Lethal Weapon 4. Yes. No one thought they'd make another one. You know, trilogies are perfect. Why make another one? Usually 4 is a taboo and is always bad. That was not the case. Richard Donner, the director of the first 3, came back. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Joe Pesci, Rene Russo, and now you got Jet Li. Now you got Chris Rock. Yo, this movie was the jam. I love this movie. Now the plot always were good in the Lethal Weapon movies. Now this particular one, you had Chinese people smuggling their own people from China over to the United States in exchange for money and labor. Not only that, they recruited certain people from overseas to make counterfeit Chinese money to pay for these slaves with counterfeit. So that was their whole plan. This movie was probably the funniest out of all of them. Chris Rock stole the show. He was absolutely hilarious. I loved his role in this movie. Now, Jet Li, yo, I never heard of that dude until this movie came out. I'm like, damn, who is this? And after this movie came out, Lethal Weapon 4, he went on to become an international star in movies and cinema because the dude is that damn good with his skills doing karate and kung fu. But this movie, the chemistry was back. Murtaugh and Riggs, the dynamic is still there. It never left. The only thing different about this movie, finally, Riggs cut his hair. He no longer had the mullet and the big hair up front. Finally, he stepped into the 90s and got a real grown man's haircut. Now the difference is, Rene Russo's character is pregnant. And also, Murtaugh's oldest daughter, she's pregnant, Ryan, by Sergeant Butters, which is Chris Rock's character. No one knows that but certain people in the family. So it's an ongoing joke while he's being nice to Murtaugh and everything. The psychiatrist is back. Riggs is still giving her a hard time. And the opening of this film is fabulous. They get a call by the guy who's going crazy. This guy has on a bulletproof, fireproof suit with a machine gun, lethal weapon, and then a blowtorch tearing up the city. And it opens up where they got to take this guy down. He's shooting rounds at him, throwing fireballs at him. And he said, distract him, Riggs, by getting up and running around like a chicken with your clothes off in your underwear. And he does that, and they take out the perp by shooting the little holes in the back of the tank and blow his ass to smithereens. Hey, Riggs, it worked, man. Me doing the chicken day. No, man, I didn't really want you to do that to stop him or distract him. I wanted to see if you would really do it. The comedy is there. The action is great. The fighting scenes were really good in this movie because they introduced martial arts for the first time in the Lethal Weapon series, and it brought a fresh new perspective to this role. Joe Pesci, oh my God, Leo Getz. This dude is still the same. Whenever he's on screen and Chris Rock, they steal the movie. And there's a scene, a bit about cell phones involving Chris Rock and Joe Pesci. Classic. Absolutely classic. There's another scene where Butters is riding in the back of the car with Riggs and Murtaugh, and Joe Pesci assumes that he's a perp, like he's a criminal. The way he got cussed out by Chris Rock, classic. Chris Rock is great in this movie. And I really like Murtaugh because he felt a closeness with the Hongs, a family he saved that was hiding in his boat, and he brought them in. You know, he was really felt like, I want to do something about slavery because when my ancestors were enslaved, no one's there to help them. It was really, really cool. And the whole dynamic of the women being pregnant, the whole family's back together. But damn, Jesus Christ, Murtaugh's every movie, the Murtaugh's family's house is getting done up. This time they set it on fire. The Chinese people came over, whooped their ass, tied them up, left them for dead. It was funny because it was broad daylight. They're walking outside smiling while the house is on fire and no one's coming to the rescue. No one's saying anything in their neighborhood. You had 2 carloads of Asians coming outside, driving off smiling while the house is on fire. But you know, that's Hollywood cinema. But yo, again, the house gets destroyed again in this movie. But you know what? This movie's all about the chemistry, the action, the fighting, the quippery, quick back and forth with the 2 people. I love it. I mean, there's a scene on the movie where they're driving on the freeway and they're chasing down the Asian guys in a black Mercedes, and have a regular car, right? Then a Pontiac Grand Am, and Riggs is driving. He said, "Man, I kill to have a siren right now." And Murtaugh sticks his head out the window. I was dying. This movie is great. Everything is in place. And at the end, it got really sentimental and touching when the 2 women had the kids. Leo's there. The whole family's there. They all get in the picture. They had the doctor take the picture. Hey, what are you guys, friends? No, we're family. Then that great song comes on by War. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Classic song. In case you didn't know, that group War, they from my hometown, Compton. But this movie, again, is just like part 1, 2, 3. Perfect chemistry. It's funny. Riggs is still crazy. He's still psychotic like he was in the first couple of movies. Suicidal, but he's calmed down because he's going to be a father. I chose to do this movies and this trilogy and series of the 4 films, backwards. That way you start from the very ending and go back to the beginning, because there was talk about a Lethal Weapon 5 just recently, but I don't think it's going to happen. But yo, Netflix, you did the damn thing again. I love these old classic movies, man. And it's up there with Beverly Hills Cop and Bad Boys for me. I love Lethal Weapon. I think I love Bad Boys a little bit more, but man, you can't deny it. But watching this movie, it is dated. A lot of racial Asian jokes in this movie, and you might be a little offended, but that was the times back then, you know, it was okay to do that. With this new movement of how things are nowadays, you really can't crack jokes like that. But hopefully that'll change one day. We all stop being so damn sensitive and just have fun. You know, Mel Gibson, love him in this role. Danny Glover, oh my God, these 2 were a match made in heaven to do these films. Lethal Weapon 4, have you seen it? From way back in the day. If you haven't seen it in a while, give it a revisit. The magic is still there. It's funny, action-packed, and this one, like the other 3, have an emotional impact. People get killed in this movie, you don't see it coming, and it hits you. And also, you will laugh, to me, the hardest out of all 4 films. This one is hilarious. Lethal Weapon 4, a classic to the follow to the other 3 movies. I absolutely love this joint. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. Until next time, yo, it's just my point of view. Hello. Now, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Without you, there's no me. And do us a favor, stop by the website at www.blacktastic.net and pick up some merchandise. Get yourself a hat or pick up a t-shirt. It's things like that that help keep the channel going. And also, feel free to leave a donation on the home page at www.blacktastic.net. Thank you all so much. Again, you make this so much fun. Without you, there's no me. Until next time, see you later.